Hello YouTube, this is Hot Fuzz at PlayStationCollecting.com with another video for you. This time I'd like to show you my new champagne gold Japanese PSP 1000 that I picked up recently in a sale on eBay. I said I'd do this video for some of the forum members because it's been a working project for me. I actually picked up this console relatively cheaply. This is the actual console. And these particular consoles were limited in Japan, and people don't realise they were actually less made of these than the Final Fantasy models, 2000 models. These were actually limited to 22,222 consoles. And it's quite unusual, even though it says champagne gold, it's more like a very light metallic gold. It's a really nice colour actually. Unfortunately, this one was a used console, and it arrived, I'll show you now, with the logo missing on the back of the console. If you can see there's not a mark on the console, but the actual logo is missing. You can see the UND logo there, but the actual the PSP logo is missing. Now this has been done through wear and tear. Obviously, the person who's played the PSP has been using it, and because the decals only attach via dry transfer, they do actually rub off over time if you're pretty enthusiastic about playing. So I set about trying to restore the console. Because I want it back to its original state, and I want all the decals on it. But nowhere on the internet can be found to find original Sony PSP decals. Can you see the decals? They're like a very dark grey in colour, and they're a specific font. Sony used their own font for the transfers. That's a picture of the actual PSP logo that's situated on the back, but it is slightly larger. So this is where my dilemma started. I wanted to restore the console back to its original state, and I wanted to try and find some transfers that would be identical to the original ones supplied when the PSP was manufactured in the factory, and I managed to find some. And here are the transfers. I've had them delivered. They've been specially made for me by a company. They weren't cheap. And these are the direct dry transfer PSP logos that are identical to the PSP logo on the back of the PSP. Now these are attached via a dry transfer method. So there's a backing sheet. What you do is you cut out the transfer, roughly cut it out to a square. Place it on the back of the PSP with some masking tape to secure it, and then you just rub on the back, and the transfer ink is transferred directly to the PSP, and it's permanent. And this is how the original transfers would have been attached in the factory to the PSPs originally. I got exactly the same font, and it's exactly the same colour. I got an exact colour match. So these transfers really are what Sony would use. They're the exact same method, even though they're made by a different company. They're the exact same transfers that they would use. So I managed to get the transfers, but unfortunately I couldn't just buy one. I had to buy a whole sheet of them. So some of these transfers are going to be up for grabs. I'm going to be selling some of them on eBay, so that if anybody's got a PSP that's damaged in some way, or the transfers are damaged, you'll hopefully be able to buy them directly off me. I'm going to be doing some other transfer kits as well. This is the first time that these have ever been available. The guy that did these for me, I'm going to actually get him to do me the Sony logo and the other Sony logo that you can see on the front there, the PS logo, and maybe the smaller ones as well. So yeah, so I'm going to get him to do these, and I'll have these transfers available for people to purchase off me in the future. So yeah, so this is where we're at the moment. I'm going to be attaching the decal later on today, and I will post up a video of the finished PSP in all its glory for you to see. I'm actually really pleased with the unit. I mean, the PSP itself is virtually mint. It's virtually unused. It's just a case of the transfer was missing, and I didn't want to spoil it for that. It would have been unfortunate to to have to sell the PSP on, because it's such a rare item to hold. So yeah, so I will get back to you with the next video. Hope you like watching this, and I'll speak to you guys later. Goodbye.